Hello, I'm Natalie from Moonstone Publications. Welcome to this overview of some of the stories we've covered over the past week. But first, please hit the subscribe button and share the video with your friends and colleagues. In this week's update, savings spot withdrawal requests put administrators to the test. MBSE launches comprehensive RE training for FAIS representatives. What medium and large administrators are charging for withdrawals. Cosatu pushes for substantial changes to the two-pot system. Insights from the FBI's Financial Planner of the Year. A judgment clarifies how fees in separate agreements are handled under the National Credit Act, and SARS issues a new guidance on the registration and deregistration of tax practitioners. The two-pot retirement system is off to a strong, albeit hectic start, with major administrators reporting a surge in withdrawal requests just days after implementation. Alex Forbes said that on just one day, the company received as many login requests for withdrawal claims as it typically handles in an entire year. Sanlam and Old Mutual also experienced overwhelming demand. Sanlam's WhatsApp line received more than 84,000 messages on the 3rd of September, compared to the usual 18,000. Old Mutual saw over 93,000 interactions via WhatsApp and handled thousands of calls on the first day alone. Moonstone Business School of Excellence has unveiled its comprehensive training program tailored for FAIS representatives preparing for the Regulatory Examination 5. This crucial certification exam is a key milestone for professionals in the financial services industry, and MBSE's program is designed to equip candidates with the knowledge and skills necessary to approach the exam with confidence. The RE5 training program offered by MBSE is not an exam prep crash course, but a detailed educational experience. It provides an in-depth understanding of the FAIS regulatory environment. While the training prepares students thoroughly for the RE5 exam, it is important to note that the course itself does not include the RE exam. Candidates will need to book and take the examinations separately through a regulatory exam body after completing their training. Retirement fund administrators may reap a substantial benefit from fees tied to savings component withdrawals, according to Keystone Actuarial Solutions. Keystone's survey details the minimum and maximum withdrawal fees charged by a selection of medium and large commercial administrators. It is estimated that total savings benefit withdrawals could range from 50 billion to 100 billion rand in this tax year. Excluding withdrawals by GEPF members, this could result in fees of between 640 million and 1.25 billion rand. These estimates do not include potential increases in base administration fees. Cosatu is pushing for significant reforms to the two-pot system. In a submission on the Draft Revenue Laws Amendment Bill, Cosatu proposes that low-income members who withdraw from their savings component should receive tax concessions. The Labour Federation also says members should be permitted to transfer their pre-two-pot accumulated savings to both their savings component and their retirement component. Currently, members can choose to transfer vested savings only to the retirement component. Cosatu reminded Treasury that it has already agreed to amending the legislation so that members can access the retirement component if they are retrenched. At present, pre-retirement access to this component is off limits. I recently spoke to Rudolf Geldenhuys, the FBI's Financial Planner of the Year, to discuss the key issues shaping the financial landscape. Geldenhuys, a senior financial planner at WealthUp, discusses what inspired him to pursue a career in financial planning, the crucial need to understand each client's why, the impact of the two-pot retirement system, and the influence of recent political shifts on investment strategies. A recent court judgment has set a new precedent in how fees in separate agreements are handled under the National Credit Act. The ruling, made in the case of National Credit Regulator versus Talon Finances Trust and another, reshapes the regulatory landscape previously defined by cases such as Barco versus National Credit Regulator. At the heart of the case was whether fees charged by Intercon, a service provider operating under a separate agreement from Stellan, the creditor provider, were in violation of the NCA. Moonstone's compliance and Karim Duploy provides key takeaways from this judgment. Importantly, it clarifies that fees under separate agreements between a service provider and consumers are not inherently illegal as long as they remain distinct from the fees regulated under the credit provider's agreement. The South African Revenue Service has issued new guidance regarding the registration and deregistration of tax practitioners. This comes in response to growing concerns over non-compliance, with SARS highlighting an alarming 1 billion rand in outstanding debt attributed to tax practitioners in their personal capacities. The Tax Administration Act outlines the criteria for registering and deregistering tax practitioners. However, SARS has encountered challenges in enforcing these provisions effectively. To address these issues, SARS has published an interpretation note that specifies 2 critical conditions that must be met before SARS can act against a tax practitioner. That's all we have for this week. You can read these stories and many more on our website moonstone.co.za. Until next time, here's wishing you all the best from the team at Moonstone Information Refinery.